Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Can't wait for the Dream Hanger vid. I think you mean the almost meta. I haven't committed to any Dream Hangers videos. Any more of them, anyway. Finally, someone's talking about this. Some people made videos on the weapon. So like the way it works, the reason everybody uploads the same videos at the same time for like new stuff is because like Plarium has like they have like a timeline, right? Where it's like certain things are going to come out at a certain day. So they allow the content creators to essentially upload their videos at a certain time the day before. So that's why everybody uploads the same their videos on like the new weapons or the new mechs or whatever. They always upload it at the same time. That's why you see that. And I completely forgot to record one, so I just didn't. And so here we are. I usually don't make streams about 10 or 6 or 8 energy weapons, but in this case, I think the 10 is fine. It's completely different. It's a completely new weapon, and I haven't talked about it at all, so yeah. Just to start, yeah, checking the drop rate, pretty crap. I have all the token stuff. Just do that. Total damage is nuts on the Quasher, which is strange, because it's like, I've seen clips of it, and it does not look like it deals that much damage. It's like nearly a full magazine to kill any one thing, but it's like a million damage per magazine? Like, no, I don't think so. Like, what do you mean? So, yeah, I'm not really sure where that number comes from. Or if it's accurate. It might not be accurate. Definitely not gonna be a meta weapon. You know, I'm inclined to agree with you. Any weapon that involves some type of damage delay, usually not good. Ishva, hello. Starlord, hello. Ethan, welcome. Still less than Gemini? Potentially. Yeah. I guess the thing with this is that, like, technically you could deal damage to somebody if you don't have a lock on them. But you need a lock in order to deal the bulk of your damage. This is the problem that I have with, like, these kind of, like, different firing mode type weapons, is that there's one mode that's clearly better than the other, right? This goes for, like, Tetra Rifle, Particle Beam, Viper, even, and this weapon as well. Like, there's very clearly one aspect of it that's better than the other. Which essentially, and the one that's worse tends to be kind of a little bit too bad. So it's like borderline useless. It's borderline like unusable damage. So I don't have high hopes for it, but at the same time I haven't really used it, so never know. Never know. When's almost meta 12? Brother, I just made a poll. I don't even have the poll results yet. Major support weapon vibes? Could be, could be. Could be a decent one, too. Like, there are some very clear downsides to Gemini, and if you think about it, with more rockets coming from something like a Squasher, with more rockets potentially in the magazine, what you end up with is a weapon that's potentially more meta. Because the main thing that, like, a lot of people hear, and you might be surprised to hear this, Gemini is not a classic meta weapon. Not like a late game max competitive weapon. No. Because it does really, really badly against a large number of multi-layered shields. Which, like, you know, at max level, everybody's got max perimeter multi-layer. So, just by default, Gemini doesn't do great against that. So people actually do prefer Podgun over Gemini most of the time. Hey, we got it. Let's go. But in this case, with more rockets comes potentially more damage. I want those blueprints. But I can already very clearly see what the downside's going to be. Oh, all right, cool. Do chances go higher the further you get to the top reward? Yes and no. I'm going to leave those two, and I'm just going to claim the compensation for that. I ain't gonna lie. So I don't have the thing that I don't have the event in here, but essentially there's like I think it's like a 61% chance for all of the infinite reward stuff. So you have to slowly whittle down all of that other stuff. And I think the more you take away from that, the more it just adds to the infinite rewards, is what I'm pretty sure happened last time, if I recall. So it's going to go up, but it's not going to go up by a lot. Like, do I think, like a hypothetical, very obvious scenario, hypothetical scenario, right? Do I think that if you got all of the non-infinite things except for one, would that one have 40% chance, and then the rest of the infinite stuff still remain at the 61% chance or whatever it was combined? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think it would end up being like maybe 10% at best. Realistically, and I made a short going over it, so I'm not going to go over it in too much detail. But realistically, you could expect to spend upward of 10,000 A-coins just trying to get that weapon. And it's a rank 3 weapon, so it's like very clearly not worth it. Alright. Let's upgrade. I actually do not have very many credits, bro. This is so sad. Yeah. Some people feel pain, deep pain, seeing me spend 9,000 A-coins on credits. And you know what? I'm there with you. I don't like to do it, but what do you want me to do? Ain't gonna grind up 100,000 credits or whatever it was. That's for darn sure. When it's going to be in-game. I mean, technically it's already in-game. What do you mean? Quasher's like Savant plus Gemini plus Tetra Rifle. So saying Savant because of the target lock shape, because the shape of the target lock, I think is no. I think if I was trying to describe it to somebody, the specific shape of the target lock means completely nothing in terms of gameplay. So it's like it has nothing to do with the weapon's performance or the way that it works. So I wouldn't include Savant in there personally. Is this my main account? No, it's my free-to-play account, obviously. Yes, it's my main account. All right. I don't want to start it on Orion because clearly it's maybe a little bit much to start with. What should I start it with? Something very big. I don't want to start with Eclipse, bro. Everybody does everything with Eclipse, and I'm so sick of it. Let's start with let's start with Hemlock. This is like one of my only duplicated. You look at all my 10 energy weapons on this account, because I know that all my mechs are maxed, so I like 10 energy weapons are like actually not useful to me at all. All of my mechs are maxed, so I just don't have a use for them. I duplicated these literally years ago. Like literal years ago. And not even a Revoker 10, not even Stormark 10. Do I have it? The only one. Same thing with Arc Torrent. And Gauss Rifle, okay. And Long Arm. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough, fair enough. But I only have one legendary one duplicated. I don't know. It's crazy. Wait, what? That's my bad. I accidentally unequipped it. I thought I was equipping it. I like the way that it looks, though. I have no implants for this thing. It's okay. Delay, duration, cooldown. I guess we just leave it there. I could... Pilots... I don't want to spend too much. And I do want to get it on, just kind of like, you know, get on with the actual gameplay of it. Radius, Silverthorn Radius. I feel like that's a pretty useless implant. Reaver range. I don't think I need any of the... Oh, beam damage. You know, technically you're supposed to be able to use beam damage and blast damage on the same pilot, like at the same time for particle beam. You're supposed to be able to use both of them at the same time. I don't know why you can't. I already have one of those. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna spend that much on it. I just wanted to see if I could get lucky real quick. This, I mean, it's just like one of the best skins in the game, bro. Damn, okay. All right, well, hold on. Check the damage. 800,000, respectable. Respectable. Most people on the test server, I think, were probably using it max level, and they were also using damage implant as well, right? So, missing a bit of potential damage, but honestly, not bad. Not bad. We'll see how it works. Well, hold on. First thing I want to check. Damage per shot. Fire rate. Oh, aha. 120. That's the range is mostly what I wanted to check. Okay. The total damage doesn't reflect the gameplay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really sure how the total damage is calculated because it like seems it really seems like it does not deal nearly a million acorns. I was reading this other guy who said 35,000 acorns. Yeah, no, that's just what happens, bro. Nearly a million damage. I don't think it does. It sure as heck doesn't seem like it does anyway. That's for sure. All right then. Hi. How are you, fellas? Can we not for a second? Be great. Juggalo, hello. How are you? Thank you again for last time, by the way. I better not see any more from you, bro. It was way too much. I appreciate it, though. Let me see. Okay, well, I mean, he's gonna die. Let me just pew, 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 pew. Okay. So I can just fire these around the corner. I mean... you saw the chunk of damage that got taken off his HP. I don't know if that was all mine, or if it was somebody else helping with that. But it seemed half respectable. I think the main thing is just that you gotta charge up your shots. Pew, pew, pew. Okay. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah. Pew. I don't know. It doesn't seem right. Oh, well, we did it. Yeah, okay. That's fair. Okay, so the good thing to keep in mind. Also, this thing doesn't aim down visually. If you notice. It shoots down. It just... That's the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen. Bro, leave it to Mech Arena, dude. Of course they mess up something with it. 500,000 damage per mag is crazy. It's not even 500,000, my guy. I have it with a pilot right now. Max legendary pilot. 800,000 damage per magazine. Is what it says. But, like, is that true? I'm not even sure. Okay. Yeah, fair. Decent. I mean, I took out a Bastion. Only barely, though. Which is like... Yeah, fair. Which is sort of sus, because it's like... How much damage is that? How much damage did I deal to the Bastion? Versus how much damage does it claim to be dealing? Right? This guy got an EM rifle Orion back there. Yeah. Fellas. Can we do something about that? Would be great. Oh, okay. That doesn't even line up with the stated damage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem right. It's like something seems off. Very clearly something seems off. But then again, like, look at the damage from Another good example is, like, look at the damage from Hellfire. Look at the damage per mag from Hellfire. Like, yes, it has a really big magazine, so obviously it's going to seem like it does a lot more damage than it actually does, because, you know, the magazine dies pretty quickly, or whatever. Man, I'm going to lose to this guy. He doesn't even have good stuff. Hi. Bro's got a Guardian, too. You know, I respect it. I respect it. You know, thank you for not meta spamming. You beat me fair and square. But, it's like that weapon category in War Robots. I don't know which one you're talking about, to be honest. But, yeah. Like, this much damage per magazine doesn't seem right. Obviously, it's very clearly, that's granted you get all 8 shots from the sniper shots, and then all 8 shots from the missile things, right? That's pretty obvious. But even still, I got, I think, all of them on that Bastion, and it took me basically a full mag to kill it, which is like 160,000. Or not 160, 1.6 million, sorry. Which, like, is that how much damage it takes to kill a Bastion? I don't really think so. Even including a bunch of mods, I'm rather certain it would be like maybe 1 million at most. So I don't know. Something seems off. Something seems off for sure. Like I was mentioning, what is it? It's at the bottom, Hellfire, right? Hellfire, damage per magazine, 200,000. Which, like, seems pretty good. It's more than, like, what Chain Gun has, right? More than that as well. Not as much as this, obviously, but... yeah, it seems like solid damage. It just, like, when you actually use it, very clearly doesn't really deal that much damage. Why don't you open crates? Can you give me a reason to open crates? Like, it's just an inconvenience. I don't do it because, like, why bother, right? There's not really a reason to. I'm in the headspace of my free-to-play account where I'll be inviting people, but put a scuffed hanger for fun. That's basically what I already have, dude. Should make it like particle beam. Be affected by both pilots, or they should make it. They should make it, particle beam, and Viper be affected by both pilots. I don't think so. I don't know. I've never been much for that argument. Because I think it's like... I don't know. Like, who is to say that a sniper weapon can't have some type of rocket attached to it? You know, who's to say an assault weapon can't have some type of rocket attached to it? Like, assault weapons are not necessarily weapons that just fire regular bullet spray projectiles. Not necessarily. That's what they typically are. But I don't think there's a much need to limit yourself to it. Okay, well, that's cringe. Yeah, you know... I don't want to say that it inadvertently buffs Eclipse yet again, but it kind of does inadvertently buff Eclipse yet again. Like, am I the only one who's getting kind of tired with that? Oh, hi. Yeah, no, don't go that way. Definitely don't go right where I pointed you. It seems like, yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, obviously, for the last couple, he was connected to somebody, so it's not gonna do that much damage, but... Jeez. I'm probably dead here. It does not seem to do that much damage. The damage seems so mid? Yeah, dude. I agree. And yeah, like, the damage number per mag... And this is like, it's not like it takes 20 seconds like minigun to fire off its magazine. It has more listed damage than minigun does. I think. Or maybe about as much. You know, it's... Well, it should, yeah, because I think the 12s do just over 1 million with when they're maxed and with the pilot. Whereas these 10s are doing over 1 million with maxed pilots and stuff. Bro, stop. So, it's like more listed damage than minigun. Very clearly, like, pretty short reload time. Very clearly doesn't take 20 seconds plus to fire it off. So, like, where is the damage going? I don't really understand. It's very strange. Bruh. You just, like, get it over with? Okay, thanks. That Karina team need to lock in, bro, yeah. For real. The weapon doesn't even point down. I don't know if you saw it. The last match. You aim down, the weapon can fire down, but it, like, visually, it doesn't actually, like, angle the way that you want it to. I got outed by a bot. It's like a mixture of podgun and continuum. Yeah, kinda. Except... Yeah, like, the rocket shots seem okay. I will say the rocket shots seem okay. But the sniper shots are way too weak. I can already tell. This is like Viper marshmallow pellets level of weak. You mean the pilot can only affect that mode? Well, that would just make the weapons objectively worse. Like, if the game had a bit more depth to where, you know, that was a thing, then, like, sure, but I think in the current stage of the game, or just, like, the current way that it works with the meta being what it is, I think it would just objectively make those weapons worse, less useful. You're saying this does low damage, it's only the 10s? Well, sure. No. I'm not complaining about the damage. I'm complaining... Well, not even necessarily complaining. I'm bringing specific attention toward the disparity between the damage performance, what we're seeing in the game, versus the damage numbers, which is the listed damage on the weapons before... just like in the build when you're in your hangar, right? So the listed damage in the hangar is 800,000 per weapon. 800,000 per weapon is what it says that it deals. That right there was actually not bad. That right there was a decent performance. I'm not sure if this is just like a really difficult weapon to use. Like maybe it just misses a lot. But it really, like, from the last few matches, it has not seemed like it does that much damage. Like, certainly not almost 2 million every, like, 10 seconds, which is what it says it's supposed to do. So I just gotta charge this up. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Getting help from bots, so it's a little bit difficult to tell. Yeah, okay, that wasn't really any damage at all. That also was, I don't know, just it doesn't seem like that much damage, you know? Doesn't seem like that it doesn't seem like that much damage. Including mods? No, I mean like how much HP does something have including mods? Also look, see it doesn't angle down. How much HP does something have including mods? Like maybe 1,000,000 if you're lucky. Took me a full magazine to kill a Bastion earlier. Yeah, you know, maybe it's a skill issue, I don't know. It just seems really sus. They can probably deal with it, like, certainly, right? Pow, 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 pow. Yeah, okay, so full magazine of the thing, and then, and then 5 of the rocket shots. Oh no, man. Oh no. I want you to get out of stealth, you little piece of crap. Okay, clearly multi-layered shields are obviously a thing, and I'm not gonna say anything about that. Boom, 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 boom. The pellet shots are, I mean, obviously not great. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Does Reaver Redeemer work? I mean, I don't think so, really, no. I think the best performance I've seen from Reaver is on, like, tank-type things. Like Bastion, I think, is a good one. It's not going to be meta. Like, the 16s, I think, could be really solid on, like, Deathwalker, if you want to go, like, the meta mech route. Otherwise, like, Vortex or Bastion, I think, are solid ones. Yeah, only 6 kills. You'd expect a lot more kills from a weapon that, again, let me show you the damage output, bro. Let me show you what it says it does. This is the damage that it says it does per magazine, which is like, I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's the RPM, because it lists an RPM, but this RPM is not accurate. I'm gonna guess the real RPM is like maybe 3 shots every 2 seconds. So with 16 shots, because 8 loser projectiles and then 8 rockets. It's like maybe 5 seconds. Let's say 6 seconds for the sake of argument, and then 4-second reload speed. So every 10 seconds, it should be dealing upward of 1,000,000 damage, but that's just not really what we see. This weapon is weird. Yeah, dude. It's so strange. It's so strange. It doesn't seem like it's doing that much damage compared to like what it says it's supposed to do. Like the damage itself is, I don't think, is bad. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the damage that I'm seeing, I don't think the damage performance that I'm getting in battle is terrible. I think it's okay, but it doesn't seem like almost 1,000,000 every 10 seconds. The damage of both modes is combined. Yeah, obviously. Obviously. But even still, that was never in question. It was 211 in the house. Yeah, let's go. Play against the YouTuber Game Leap Cobb in a 1 versus 1 battle. Nah. Wouldn't be an interesting video to watch, I already know. And also, I disagree with the people who say that 1v1s are a test of skill. I don't think so. I think 1v1s are more a test of who has the best 1v1 meta. I think it's really easy to be really bad, but then just have the better stuff and win by default. Especially in 1v1s, because, like, you know, how are you gonna outskill them? Like, you literally just... Your best bet is, like, just moving back and forth trying to dodge projectiles, but, like, when people are spamming Revoker, like, who cares? You can try to dodge as much as you want, it's not gonna do that much. I might be cooked here. Oh, yeah. Bro, what is that? And also, why is that mod the only one that you don't have? That doesn't make sense. Oh, crap. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Bro, where's wrong? Come on. I want to die to this guy, dude. He's really annoying. He's gonna kill me. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't. Somebody else did. Nomad Strike Rocket is wild. Yeah. A bit. I just need somebody to, like, spot him. And that's it. Oh, come on. Oh, nice. Oh, great. Yeah, why does the Venom effect not bypass... Oh, here we go. Why does the Venom effect not bypass the resistance? Kind of cringe. It bypasses shields. Wait, did that guy die? I don't know. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I think so. That's probably him. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Should have saved my ability, though. Eh, it doesn't matter. Bro, this is what you get for just being a freaking spammer the whole time. I don't even know what you're doing, my guy. I'd probably kill him with that. Bro, I love this thing. That's so funny. Does any damage bypass Parasite? I mean, Graviton does. Parasite, it's just classic resistance, I think. Why don't you use Nomad kill shot types of mechs? I think dash mechs are super boring. I think they're really lame. I will occasionally, but, like, you know, pretty much everybody's top mech is a dash mech. There's a good reason for that. It's because they're, like, some of the easiest, most brain dead mechs to use. If the reload to the second mode was 2 seconds, it would be way better. What do you mean? That sounds like it would be worse. Rambolt, hello. How are you? Sniper and guided combined is a weird idea, but I kind of find it interesting. I mean, the weapon itself, I don't mind. I don't mind the weapon itself, but I don't know. It's just there's a lot about it. I have a lot of questions. Ranking do you think Voltage should be? I mean, I made a tier list video. I don't think my opinion's really changed much from that. You hating on the brain dead? Yeah. What are they gonna do? Ringer, good morning. Scorpius or Nomad? Nomad's better. But again, you know, contrary to what a lot of people, for whatever reason, think, I don't necessarily like to just use the best, most OP stuff all the time. I think OP stuff is kind of boring, so I very rarely use it. I'll use things that I think are good on like my free-to-play account. Partially just because, you know, I don't want to waste a bunch of resources on bad stuff, but also partially because, you know, it's not top meta, right? I don't want to get Surge for exactly that reason, dude. So I think the player, yeah, I was gonna say he's on this side and he has Gemini. Yeah, I can't reach him. Maybe it's the bot that has Gemini, I don't know. Pew, 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 pew. It's fine. He doesn't have Gemini, he has a Revoker build. I saw a Gemini log right from the beginning of the match. That's all I knew. I knew there was a Gemini somewhere. I figured it was the player, but no, it wasn't. Pew 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 pew. All right, this is a good test here. Pew 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 pew. All right, I mean, good damage, but again, that was allegedly like 1.5 million damage, and I barely killed him. Let's be real. So, is it accurate? Not so sure. Oh, it's a Deathwalker, okay. I mean, hey, buddy, look. Pew, 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 okay. Again, I'm not complaining about the damage. I don't think the damage is bad. It just does not seem like it's dealing nearly as much damage as it's advertised to do. That's the thing that I'm confused about. Eclipse? It's gotta be. Bro, what the hell is that? Okay, it was a bot. Thank goodness, bro. That was the player. Okay, there's the player. Get him, boys. Get him, boys. Aw. I wanted to save my rockets. I needed to reload. Should have just reloaded. Well, someone's coming at this side. I'll just... Brr, brr, brr. I don't think that should affect my... Does suppression affect my venom damage? I'm not sure. He did die. Player, I mean. Hello? Because he has his ability up at the moment, I don't want to... I'd rather get him killed for good instead of for bad. There we go. Oh, dude, and I killed the other guy. I was not even paying attention, bro. Nice. Dummy. What a freaking nerd. Is he out? He might be. Yeah, get out of here. Okay. Will the new weapon be meta? Very much doubt it. Very much doubt it. It's once again, I mean, because they can't help themselves, right? Plarium legitimately, they see a thing, they think, hey, this could be good. What should we do with it? And there's just like there's this one guy whose only job, like literally there's this guy who's employed at Plarium, and his one and only job is to make sure that everything's weak against Eclipse. Yeah, that guy. That's... yeah. Try Oracle Volti. It's not as good as you think it is. That was one of the first builds I tried. Octane, hello. Will you play free-to-play account? Yeah, maybe later this stream even. I would like to get some of the tokens for that derby. The derby, I don't even have the event, that Reaver 8 event, because I already have Reaver 8. It just doesn't even give me the opportunity to do the event. So, like, this is how I know what the compensation is, by the way. Because all the tokens got replaced with bundles of 1,000 credits each. I will say I've somewhat come around on Volti. The idea of practically unavoidable damage to campers seems fun. It is actually incredibly valuable. Like, not in a meta environment, sure, it's not going to be meta, but like in non-competitive environments, it's actually wild. After using it for a little while, 100%, I agree with you. Yeah, I've fully come around on Volti. Is a lot better than I think almost anybody gave it credit for in just like generic matches. Trying to fight BMP and Scape. Scape doesn't play anymore, and also, why would I fight BMP, dude? I don't know. It's like the 1v1, the whole 1v1 thing is not really my thing. You might be able to convince like Platinum to do it. Platinum does like 1v1s, 2v2s. He's more of that kind of person. Myself personally, I like, I just like it when different things happen. I get bored when everybody uses the same stuff and it just becomes a game of rock, paper, scissors and what meta thing you spawn, not necessarily how you play. Alright. Let's try this. Okay. Don't hate it. I'm waiting for him, bro. Like I can EMP him whenever I want to. Except for right then. Not right then. I couldn't do it right then. He knows that I'm looping around this side, so he may or may not follow. Yeah, I called it, buddy. I called it. I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that. Classic freaking what? I can't confidently say I didn't know he's gonna do that. Just like straight up cheat the game. Why not? It's Revokers. It's magical. Ah, golly gosh, I sure do love my Revoker Scouts. I can do all things through Revoker Surge, who strengthens me. And Eclipse, don't forget. For Macarena, which games you play mostly? Warrobots. That's why I started this game, dude. Because I'd played Warrobots first, and I got tired of it. Got tired of like the meta and pay to win, whatever. And I was looking for a different game. A decent different game. Picked up Macarena. Decided I didn't like it, so I dropped it. And then came back to it like 5 months later, something like that. And then it's stuck with me ever since. Thou shalt not change the Bible. I mean, first learn spelling. Second, clearly I was joking, bro. Very clearly. Like, yes, no, I don't think it's good for people to, like lie about it or twist it in ways that, try to serve their own purposes. But like, if it's just a joke, my guy. You playing Armor Attack? I am not, because it's not on PC. And I don't play games on my phone anymore. Ever since I moved to PC, honestly, it's just so much more convenient. And it's not even it's not even a thing from like It's not even so much a thing from, like, the gameplay aspect. I mean, partially is. But it's at this point, it's mostly just, like, a YouTube thing. Like, everything related to YouTube is so much easier if you're on computer, dude. It's so much easier to edit stuff. It's so much easier to record stuff. It's so much easier to do all kinds of things. Like this microphone I have connected to my computer. I can't connect this to my phone. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't connect this to my phone. So, like, the audio quality would be crap. The video quality would be, you know, probably decent, but, you know, still... Yeah, no, it's just there's so many problems with it. There's so many problems with it. And I would wager to get... Wager to guess is probably a very incorrect term. I would bet that the reason that, like, some of the bigger YouTubers like Mayor and Omniverse, I would bet that the main reason that they don't have voiceover is because they play on mobile and it's just really, really inconvenient. Like, you'll hear like their thumbs tapping or whatever. I used to record and stream and whatever on mobile, and it was pretty bad. The audio quality was pretty bad. Let's be real. PC is much better for YouTube. Oh, absolutely, dude. If you want to be official for creator for Armor Tech, they'll give you PC access now. Yeah, I don't think I can commit to... And I've had PC access for a little while before on other occasions, but for one thing, I don't really like the fact that you have to download a whole new game version as opposed to just updating it. You have to download a completely new APK. That's kind of annoying. But then on top of that, it's just the fact that I don't think I could necessarily commit to creating regular content for it. So it's the sort of thing where it's like I probably play it a little bit and then I probably forget about it for a while because like I'm putting a lot of effort into like my Mech Arena stuff. I'd like to be doing stuff with other channels as well. I'd like to be doing other things. I probably should be doing other things, but I just don't because I'm so focused on this. Quiz Nightbot, he's there to keep you from spamming. Or at least you should be, but he probably won't. Do you think you'll ever get tired of Mech Arena again? Oh, well, for sure. Everybody's got, like, I guess burnout, you could say, right? It's like, everybody gets tired of it eventually. I think it's good to take breaks. Even if you really love it, I think it's good to just let yourself take a break. So, like, if I'm not recording anything, I'm not really on Mech Arena a whole lot outside of videos and streams. I'm not really on grinding a bunch of stuff all the time. I don't even log into the game I mean, this account I barely even log in at all, but even on my free-to-play one, I don't log in every day. And I think, you know, just taking like 1 or 2 days off a week is nice. It's a good idea. You've seen a moderator in the chat in Mech Arena. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they're there for. If you never saw them, then they're probably not doing their job. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, 3 shots, not bad. What did it? Oh no, it's another eclipse, bro. How could I have foreseen this? How could we have ever seen this coming? You log on almost every day? Yeah. I think most people... I wouldn't say most people, maybe not the best phrase for that. A lot of people do. A lot of people do. Mech Arena is the worst game. Well, don't spam. I'm timing you out because you're spamming. You know, if you're just going to say that... Now, obviously, his goal was to try to get me to time him out so that he could then try to accuse me of timing him out for saying the thing that he just said. Because clearly, I mean, the entire thing obviously was rage bait, right? I'm not enraged by that. I mean, just so we're clear. Like, if you think it's a bad game, yeah, fair enough. A lot of problems with it. $90 meters, come on. Ah, come on. Sanji, let's go to 11. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Where's this guy? Yo, bro, chill. Ain't nobody ask your opinion. I'm probably cooked here, yeah. I either play Fortnite, Mech Arena, and Hillbilly Racing. Sounds like a... what's it called? Roblox thing. I don't know, I've never played Roblox, but it sounds like it would be. Haha, got him. What a freaking nerd. You know, I forgot that I had a teammate this whole time. Hey, how are you? Oh, yo, Sanji, you know what? I just remembered. You said you were gonna go live today, eh? Or, is that later? Like, what time? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we haven't lost already. Hey there. Oh, right, that's a bot. I see a surge and I just assume it's a player. I mean, am I wrong for that? No. It's absolutely valid, bro. Keep Crasher OP? Yeah, I mean, it must be. Killed my Volti. I'm curious to see the 16, to be honest. Very, very true. Yeah, no, it's valid. The thing that I think is just, like, the most unfortunate and obvious downside, apart from, like, the essentially, like, I don't know, solid 5-second time delay. Like, it has a massive damage delay. Because you have to build up the rockets with the puny shots. So the obvious downside, but apart from that, the obvious downside is like, it's like Viper, right? Like, why is Viper not meta? It's not meta because the rockets are useless against anything that has stealth, which, you know, are the two most common mechs in the entire game. So because, of course, they had to make sure that it was really particularly bad against Eclipse, obviously, because what isn't? So because they did that, I think pretty low chance that you see it being used competitively, or at least not used effectively competitively. Tomorrow, Saturday. Oh, my bad. I thought I saw a post from you. I thought I saw a post from you yesterday. I thought you said tomorrow, but no, I guess you said Saturday. Oh, I got you, though. Any upsides about this weapon? I mean, theoretically, it has massive damage output, dude. Like, look at that. The damage at max, hold on. Damage per magazine at max, 570,000. That's not including pilots. Comparing it to, like, minigun. 570,000 versus 446,000. Has more damage than minigun. Much faster reload, much longer range, and it unloads its magazine way faster too. Maybe not way faster, because the RPM on the rockets is rather slow, but it's certainly faster. It's like maybe 15 seconds at most, right? Whereas this is 20 seconds for the full mag. So it just has a wild damage output, theoretically. But when I'm using it, it doesn't really feel like it has that kind of damage. It doesn't feel like it has that kind of damage at all. So I don't know. I don't know. What weapon is best for lace? Yep, the other guys in the chat are saying Stormrack. Yeah, and they're right. They're right. Lace Wings, good as Strike Rocket, Gemini, Stormrack. Yeah. I mean, pretty much there's like maybe 4 weapons. If we're being generous, there's like 4 different weapons that are guaranteed to be the best weapon for any mech that you might think of. Like, you just pick a mech at random. Guaranteed the best weapon for that mech is one of, again, if we're being very generous, 4 weapons. Mostly, it's mostly just 2 weapons. Gemini 10 modifier is crazy, you know, that's true. And for a really, bro, look at this absolute buffoon. Yo, freaking, why does the game not let me get the kills on the kill shots, bro? I feel like my teammates always steal them. Be it like people teammates or bot teammates. Somehow they always get stolen. I need them. Sustenance. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't shoot at him. Hey guys, can you stop? Hey guys, can you stop it for a little bit? Can you stop it for a little bit? Bro, my HP is going down really fast. Alright, bye. Well, 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 would you look at that? Right. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm not convinced that this thing has nearly 1,000,000 damage per magazine. I don't know, just me? I feel like it's not just me. Oh, Sentry would have died to that. I don't necessarily want to live in this thing the entire time, because I'm clearly not getting many kills. Like, with DPS like that, theoretical DPS like that, you would think I'd be absolutely raking kills, bro. I am not. I barely got 3 in half the match time. Like, the match is half over. It's already been 2.5 minutes. And I barely got 3 kills. So I'm going to wait for him to crash these guys that are coming up. Because he will. Yeah. And then I'll walk up with my shield. My not crashed shield. Hi. You didn't see me like that, bruh. Oh, nice. Should you buy Nomad as a free-to-play? I mean, it is a meta mech, so probably. Okay. I am surprised at how few Revoker Scouts I'm seeing. Like, obviously, I'm still seeing quite a few. But I'm surprised that it's not, like, a basically full hangar. I feel like a lot of people have, like, 3 Revoker Scouts in their hangar. Bruh. You know it's bad when a Stasis Beam Gatecrasher gets the top MVP. Next to your build that theoretically deals 1.6 million damage every, like, 15 seconds. You know it's bad when that's the case. You want to see that weapon on Chungus? You know, fair enough. I also want to see this weapon on Chungus. It'll probably be OP. Which one looks It's way too much yellow on this one. But I don't know why this one just doesn't look right. I'll use this one. I'll just keep the damage boost implant on there. There's, like, I don't have any other implants to use, so I might as well. Is Aegis Pod Gun meta? Okay, I guess the... Are we talking, like, maxed late game competitive clan battles? Absolutely not. You'll never see an Aegis, period. You just won't see an Aegis at all. But if you're talking lower SP, I think you could consider it pretty meta at lower SP, yeah. Quasher any good? You know, I don't think so. I don't think so. Have you've probably seen by now, right? If you've seen any videos on it, you've probably seen, because people have been pointing it out, the amount of damage it's supposed to deal, which is crazy, right? I'm not gonna lie though, this thing, like, if I'm being generous, it feels like it's dealing like maybe 500k. But it lists each weapon as dealing 800,000. It straight up just does not feel like it's dealing that much damage at all. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the damage numbers are wrong. I mean, it could just be bugs, because, like, I can't look at the ground. Like, look at my weapons. They don't angle up or down like you're supposed to. So, like, the weapon's already bugged. Hey, fellas. I love the way that you're already stuck all over each other. It's phenomenal. Hello. Oh, buddy. Do I got news for you. This is going to be a grand old time. He's going to get kills like you've never seen before. What's this going on? That's a problem. Pew, 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 pew. I mean, he has to cross over at some point to try to kill us. Probably. Unless he just goes for our back beacon, which he might do. He might do. Get him. Roast him up. Also, where's his teammate? His teammate, I don't think, has been participating. Yeah, he's not here. It's unfortunate for him. But you know what? He was the one that started with a cringe scout. So that's what he freaking gets. Like, does that seem like top tier damage output? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Doesn't really seem like that to me. Armor attack is good. Yeah, I've been thinking of trying some more games at some point. What I would have to do, I think part of the reason that... I think a large part of the reason that... Because I have tried playing other games on the channel before. A large part of the reason that it didn't do so well is, I think, because the other game that I was playing wasn't a mobile game. And I think a lot of people who play Mech Arena are bulk majority mobile players. So if I'm playing a game that just, like, they just don't... Like, it's just not relevant to them at all. They're less likely to care. But, like, I might play Armor Attack, might play classic War Robots. It would be I wouldn't, like, spend any money on it. I don't think War Robots is really pay to win, but I think, you know, there's a certain charm about it. Let's go, though. Top MVP is that guy instead of Cringe McGee. Well, Quasher on Aegis. Yeah, I might do. I'll give Chungus one more shot, though. Tell him to stop adding new weapons and mechs and focus on events. I think your mistake is assuming that if they put focus on events, that would mean that they'd actually make them better for you. I don't think that would be the case. I think the events are just how they want them. If anything, if they spent more time on events, you'd end up with higher monetization. They'd just end up monetizing stuff even more. They'd really hone in on exactly how much they can squeeze out of you. You gotta go now? Okay. Take care. Howler Redux. No, I'm not gonna be taking random build requests. For this weapon, you know, the stream's focused on this weapon, so I just want to focus on this weapon, not worry too much about other stuff. He didn't get top MVP, the Chungus was helping, he didn't deserve top MVP? No. The Chungus is humble. The Chungus allows him to get top MVP. Okay. The Chungus would not steal it. Even if it deserved it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a lie, though, is the thing. You'd think that you hit me with that, but you didn't, because you're a liar. I mean, the extent to which you can curve these is nice. I mean, that back damage is pretty good. Bleh. The frick did I? Oh, Venom, duh. Okay. How soon will CPC use tickets like Hangar Showdown? I mean, it kind of already does, right? Because you just stop getting rewards after like 5 battles. I don't see much difference in that. I have been trying to convince them to remove the battle point limits and stuff like that. And I don't think that they're fully against it, but I just don't know if they'll ever actually do it. It is strange, because it's like a lot of the opinions that I have, and a lot of the advice that, or a lot of the things that I think would make the game better, they actually, I would say a lot of the devs actually agree with most of them. It's just that they just don't really do anything about it, I guess. Or it just takes them a long time to do things about it. You know, it's not just like, you know, flip a switch, type in a few lines of code, and there you go, you're good to go. Like, it's not quite that easy. Bruh, 1 bullet is what I was left on. You want to get Howler 16? You want an attacker mech what would be a good choice? An attacker mech specifically for Howler 16? Dang, bro, I don't know. I guess Dreadnought's kind of your best option. It's kind of the only, it's kind of like the only legitimately aggressive attacker mech out there. If you want cheap options, I actually think Guardian might not be terrible. Also, on the topic of Howler, since my thing's dead, it doesn't really matter. Talk about other stuff. On the topic of Howler, I've been using it in my Hangar Showdown. Reminder, I'm in League 2 on my free-to-play account, so I don't have to deal with mods. And this is a thing that, like, I got the idea from BMP, because like, I didn't even think about it at first. But BMP did it in his video, and I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Get out of here, nerd. But I started using Howler Aegis on my League 2 Hangar Showdown setup. Oh my goodness, dude. It's staying. It's permanent. It's good. It's nice. I like it a lot. I mean, while we're here. Oh, really? I don't have an angle on him. I mean, I kind of do. Just make it easy. I mean, things would be much better for you if you didn't suck at aiming. Poor guy. Poor guy, yeah, double Stormrack volley. Could have so easily just backboarded it. Did not. Or at least not really. Yeah, no, that kind of caught me off. You love to see it. You love to see it. You also love to kill it. Look at this guy. And then just watch him melt into oblivion. I think that was his last one. Should have been his last one. Pretty sure it was his last one. Yeah, we're fine. How's the weapon? Not great. Old meta, yeah, so real. I do genuinely wonder why that guy had a railgun railgun guardian in the hangar. Galaxy, you know, he has a notification thing in Discord. You can just grab the Sanji fan roll. I would use it if all my enemies did not have 3 Revoker Scouts. So real, dude. So real. I mean, for me, I use that sort of thing anyway, but I just I don't do well with it. Just had crash out because of game, but the fact you're doing a stream makes my day better. Well, I'm glad to help, dude. I get it though. Now sometimes the game be tripping, dude. I hope it's gonna get better. I think it will. I think over the course of the next year or so. Time to get back to work. All right, skip. Take care. Yeah, the Chungus was not among us, but I think a solid protection might be good because, like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're dealing with. I may as well just make the dome bigger, bro. Like, what other implants am I gonna use? We're dealing with a weapon that honestly requires quite a lot of exposure time. Like, you wouldn't think it because it's a sniper, and you also might not think it because it has like guided rockets. But it takes a lot of time to unload the entire magazine. So a shielded mech like Aegis might be decent. It might be decent. I'm also thinking Lace Wing. That's another one we'll try later. M plays, don't spam. Does Sanji have a free-to-play account? No, I don't think he does. He should though. Sanji, I'm being dead serious when I say the free-to-play account's more entertaining. Like I'm not even talking about like the main reason I made it was mostly for like giving advice and stuff, just because people really wanted me to do it. But the main reason I play it at this point is because it's just genuinely more entertaining. Because you can use some weird builds and actually do really good with them. Whereas, like, if you're not using the absolute grossest meta whatever crap at this stage of the game, it's just GG. Hell yeah, dude. Actually, Aegis is solid. I like it. I dig it. Oh, I'm gonna have to back up, I think. He can't break through my shield. That's not the concern. The concern is that my shield goes down and he's still not dead. Alright, well, you indeed did not stop, so I'm gonna time you out. 24 hours. Goodbye. Does it show, is there an indicator, you know, just now I'm kind of realizing, is there an indicator as to how many rockets you've stacked up? Essentially, how many shots you've hit from your other thing? Is there an indicator? Well, yeah, it's that number right there. Bro, I saw that thing and I I wasn't even paying attention to it. Never mind. Ignore me. Yeah, thanks. I don't plan on getting Eclipse or Surge until they get nerfed. That's crazy. It's a solid way to lose a lot of matches. I mean, I respect people who don't go for the meta, but, you know, if you're asking me for advice, yeah, I will suggest that you go for the meta, because that's, you know, that is what works the best. You're asking for advice, not for what works, what's fun, right? Bro, speaking of top meta, this guy's got Silver Poker with Repoker. Oh, my man got a... what? Single Revoker 16 Aegis? Is that what he has? He's not trying to tank, is he? You were the chosen one. Definitely not a super weapon. Yeah, true. Can confirm. How's the Quasher so far? Honestly, pretty bad. I'm surprised, given the amount of damage that it supposedly deals. It seems pretty darn weak. I love my fragment gun, Zephyr. See, the thing is that at lower SP, you can absolutely make fragment gun go crazy. It's just a matter of upgrading it a lot. At max level, when everything's maxed out, your fragment guns aren't competing with rank 5 revokers. They're competing with maxed out revokers. That's kind of like the main problem. The main thing that makes me enjoy the lower SP a lot more is because you can use a lot of stuff and make it really good. It just, you just upgrade it a bit more. The stuff that's generally weaker is usually also the stuff that's cheaper to buy and upgrade. See, yeah, you just drop a little bit into it, and you got yourself a solid thing there. It's so good to start a free-to-play after the price reduction. That's true. Ember Gun is better than Fragment Gun? I mean, yeah, duh. Next time, use it on Stalker. Trust me, it works great. You say that as if you tried it, but you didn't try it. What do you mean? Put it on board. I'm going to try one more time with Aegis. I might go to Zephyr afterward. Maxed autocannon. Okay, well, maybe not autocannon. Not everything has the potential to work well, but I don't know, a lot of things do. A lot of things do. People need to start glazing Aegis a bit. I think quite a lot of people use Aegis. It's not one of those mechs that people like constantly talk about and constantly are glazing. But I think it's used. I think people know enough and they just use it. As opposed to just like talking about it. They actually use it. That's the thing that's always bugged me about like Guardian, is that like 90% of its effectiveness is all theoretical. People love to talk about how theoretically it's good for XYZ, but like they themselves don't actually do that good with it. Yeah, once you get the rockets, good. Let me just do that. Pew, pew, pew. Pew. Nothing. Oh, God. Nomad. Solid. Can't complain. Cannot complain. Once it's charged up, like once the rockets are in play, it's kind of like Gemini, which is really good. It's really strong. It's kind of like Gemini once you get the rockets involved, but it takes a little while to get the rockets involved. And it takes you hitting a bunch of your shots, too. So it's kind of like a Tetra rifle and particle beam as well, in the sense that it's like it does really bad if you don't charge it up with the other shots first. Which makes the other shots, even though they're super weak, it makes them necessary. So you have to expose yourself with really low firepower before you can then have decent firepower. Which, like, obviously not great. Right. No, nah. I wanted to get I did get that kill, though. To be fair. To be fair. Hello? No. No. Yeah, goodbye. Why does it use the Savant tracking symbol? Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably slightly different. Maybe it's not. I haven't like done a comparison. More than likely, it's slightly different though, because I think like a lot of them use like the a circular one that looks similar to Javelin Rack, but they're all slightly different. Like I think Helix Rack and Javelin Rack, they have incredibly similar lock symbols, but I think they are slightly different. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. It's, you know, could be true, is what I'm saying. Could be true. Gemini has more DPS, more safety, and every other perk this weapon is whatever. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like once the rockets are involved, then you have basically a brief moment where you're essentially using Gemini. And the less damage per rocket is actually a massive benefit. It's an upside. Because especially at this SP, the fact that you have only a couple rockets and all of your damage is in those couple rockets is exactly what makes Gemini not meta. But I think, I mean, for one thing, this is missing the range. Gemini has 170 meters base lock range. And this only has 120, so that's not phenomenal. You hate the Savant symbol. That's crazy. Bro's got beef with a triangle. How come you didn't make QUASHER video? I legit forgot that it was yesterday. I was supposed to upload it, and I just didn't record it. I forgot to record it. And I think they shut down the test server, so couldn't really do it. Calculate how much percent of the damage is the rockets is probably a good idea. It's a good idea. Let's see. Bots. Everyone watching from Florida. Everyone? Use the sniper mode to destroy ML and then finish with the guided? Yeah, theoretically. Theoretically. But I think the sniper mode just doesn't deal enough damage for that to actually be the case. The sound that the rockets make when they fire is very, it's very unimpressive. Right, can't even kill freaking one thing. Yeah, look at that damage, dude. That's like nothing. Yeah. That'll kill him. That's not bad. Yeah, see the again, once the rockets are involved, you're kind of cooking. But until then, sure. Kinda not. Excuse you. Pew, 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 pew. Pew. Pew, 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 pew. Please, please, please. Oh, barely killed him. Barely freaking killed him. I'm gonna go down here. Put this here. Why does everybody have this build right now? Guys, okay. Like 3 Graviton Mimickers came at me. That's real interesting. I should have used the other thing. I should have used the Bastion. It's okay. Yeah, if I was going to use a weapon with some type of damage stacking delay, I'd probably use Tetra Rifle, if anything. At least the damage per one single shot damage is crazy high. It has shield piercing, basically the same range, slightly more, I think. It's also a sniper weapon. Ow! And it has the same reload speed. And you get that stacked damage way faster. How quickly can I gun down that shield? Not that quickly. I'm gonna go around this way. There's 3 guys over here. Hi. At this point, they're out of ideas for weapons. I don't know what you mean. Like, the idea for this weapon's pretty good. It's just the weapon itself isn't that great. You know, the weapon itself being not the best doesn't mean that they had a bad idea. It just means that they didn't kind of they didn't tune it very well. That's really all. Quasher could maybe work on Hemlock or Solus. I just had it on Hemlock, and no. I was lucky if I got 3 kills with it on Hemlock. Now, what I've realized is that it's a very high exposure weapon. And you've noticed that I've survived that for a while, that match for a while, largely because I had that shield to protect me. If I didn't have the shield, I probably would have been toast. So anything without a protective ability, I think, is not going to do that great. Like, Vortex could be okay. You just use it in, like, slightly closer proximity. Maybe Parasite as well. Otherwise, like, I guess Panther could be decent. Does this thing have a range implant? I'm not sure. But if there was a 16, honestly, Panther might be one of the better ones. You might be right about Solus as well. But this is just the 10s, so I'm not going to use it on, like, the heavy max. Seems like a waste. Mimicker? No. I just, yeah, like I just said. I'm not going to use it on a heavy mech, because it's clearly not going to seem like it does that good. Do I have any Vortex of it? No, I don't think so. Hey. Maybe we could go with this one. I don't use this one super often. Hooray. Full T blueprint. So excited. Orion. Yeah. I'll get to Orion. More burst fire weapons, please. Yeah, kind of true, you know. They have been making a lot of weapons with high uptime. A lot of high uptime weapons, which don't tend to work very well. Trying to think of like the last weapon that they made that wasn't. Shrug, hello. How are you? Oh my god, hiccups. Remastered carbine? I'm not sure where you're getting that from. The percent of rocket damage is like 68%. Might be right. I forgot to check. I should have checked. Remind me to check next time. Like after this match. Bro, I'm already freaking dead. Like, I get the rocket damage is fine. Does it have a lock time? Yeah, good job, Nomad Bot. I'm probably cooked here. Yep. Because he wasn't even looking at me, but he sprayed all the savants in my direction anyway. Because why not? Why do it legit when you can just cheat? That's what bots always say. You got the savant lock on me right now, and yeah, I guess it is the same. Or at least it looks the same. It's got the little mark in the same area. Yeah, hi. Guess what? I don't really care. You're a nerd. That's... cooked, bro. So freaking dead. That's 4 Revoker 16s in my face. It's so stylish. This weapon kills auto mode. Not here in another weapon video. And if like a 5th element. You know, I'm not really sure. I know what you're talking about. It's not even a player. What is my range? Oh, it's only like 110. But yeah. I don't know. Doesn't seem great. That's all I know. All I know is it doesn't seem great. Maybe it is just a matter of... I don't have the right energy capacity for it, but I kind of doubt that that's the thing that's holding me back here. Like, I feel like there's... for every decent weapon, there's at least a couple... Like, if it's... Especially if it's gonna be meta. If it's gonna be meta, there's at least a couple mechs that do really well with it. So it's pretty much guaranteed not meta. Could be okay, but... Not sure about that. You have festivals going on? You're leaving for home in 5 hours, yeah, fair enough. Like to say I probably won't be going for another 5 hours, but, you know, realistically... Did you say Carbine? I mean, probably. You meant to say it looked like Oracle? Like in terms of... In terms of, like, the way it works? I guess so. Yeah, let me check. Hold on, let me check. Yeah. So it's like... So... 19,439 plus 3363 divided by 19,439. Other way. So it's 85% of the damage, the rockets. Because for every one sniper shot that hits, you get one enhanced shot, right? So 85% of your damage comes from those rockets. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot. It's even worse than Viper. Yeah, Viper is like slightly over 50%. I think it's like 51, 52%, something like that. So this is like, it's primarily a guided weapon. It's a guided weapon that relies on stupid little 0 damage loser projectiles in order to actually use the good guided projectiles. But even when I stack up a full magazine, again, dude, even if I stack up a full magazine, it just does not seem to deal as much damage as it claims to deal. Like, it does good damage, don't get me wrong, but it's not that much. Pew, 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 pew. No. Okay, now that I have these, I'm gonna go harass some people with it. That's like a full mag, essentially. It's like maybe 6 each. Couldn't even kill Anne Gatecrasker. Which is like, I don't know then. No! We like this. Hello? No. Oh, I have one more on my right side. I didn't realize. Hello. Please don't. I beg of you. Please. I am not... Okay, look. Was I or was I not targeting the Nomad? I was not shooting at the Nomad. The projectiles were not going toward the Nomad at all. They were homing in on the guy that was behind him. I think the guy that I targeted before, the gate crash. This might not be good. I have to just let him go. I have to just let him go, bro. He would have killed me. Stop that. Okay, now I got him. Stop. David, hello. Is Vortex at 4,000 SP good? A lot of things can be good. It's just a matter of what you're using it with and what rank it is. This with Blockhorn could be decent, yeah, but these are just the 10s, and I don't think it's a good gauge of whether or not it would work well if you're using the 10s on a 32 energy mag, right? Like, I'll try it with Orion later. Great. Bots are special, dude. Look at these guys. I got literally 3 of them, bro. Down. There we go. Nope. I was hoping he didn't reload, but nope. Of course. Yeah, like Tetra Rifle, the other, the other more recent, well, I guess Quantum Gun's not Quantum Gun, Continuum is the most recent other sniper. But, like, compared to Tetra Rifle, bro, Tetra Rifle's great. Like, the stacked damage from Tetra Rifle is really, really good. And yeah, it does kind of rely on those first 3 shots to hit, but you know what? It doesn't rely on homing aspects, and it doesn't require, like, I don't know, 12 seconds of exposure time just to get decent damage output. It's just 3 seconds. Watch till the end to see the best sniper mech. Why are you doing this to us? Well, okay, look. So for myself, I think when I try to get a gauge of whether or not a weapon is good, the worst thing that you can do is to start it off on something like Orion, because then you have a completely skewed concept of how much damage it actually deals. This goes with any damage boosting mech. So I will almost never start off a weapon on a damage boosting mech. Just period. So I want to give it the best shot that I can on other mechs that aren't Orion, because Orion obviously can make it seem decent. And I don't want it to just end there, right? I don't want the conversation to just end there. So yeah, I very prefer almost everything. This goes for almost every weapon. I almost always leave Orion for last. So OP, even a Gatecrasher doesn't fever. Yeah. Orion good late game. It can be. It can be. It's not one that you'll see very often in, like, maxed clan battle type things, but if unless that's what you're going for, I feel like that kind of scenario is not exactly sure person. I feel like that scenario is not exactly one that most people have to deal with. Well, I can put all parasite implants on here. Let's go. Cooldown, duration, range, redirected damage. This skin is kind of crap, dude. I have no good skins for Parasite. Like, all of these are kind of bad. Even this one, which usually looks decent. I don't know why it just doesn't. I don't think it looks very good. And then this one's just meh. Honestly, this is kind of the best one I have. I'll go with this one. I don't know why. I just kind of feel like it. Legendary skins are kind of trash. Some of them are. I would say most of them aren't. Seems like 100% damage boost for QUASHER. Well, I mean, like, okay, the stats are surprising me because I don't seem to get the kind of performance that the stats are promising me. Even if there was, let's say, even if there was a modifier or something like that, I'd still have the exact same question. Which is, how is it listing so much damage on the weapon, but when I'm actually playing the weapon, it does not seem to deal that much damage at all? Like, it's okay damage, but it's not like 1.5 million damage. Like, not even close. Phew. Yeah, I see. I think this could be a problem. Phew. Phew. I was not really aiming my other one. Hi. Fellas. Stop that. Very unnecessary and unwanted. Just like you. Oh, hey, you're using basically the same thing I'm using. Bro just basically offs himself. I knew he was gonna shoot at me, that's why I waited till the very last second. I knew he'd want to try it. Hey there, buddy. He's got it in clip. Oh no, he doesn't. Well, I mean, the longer you wait, the more likely it is for me to have cool things. Yeah, alright. Decent. Oh, what am I doing? Bro, I should have just... I should have just let him shoot me. This guy. Should have let him shoot me. Would have killed the surge. Hi. Don't. Okay. Eh. Eh. I don't know. Brr. What's up the... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you have it. Oh, I thought they were going for the middle. They're not going for the middle at all. Hi. How are you? May as well reload. Yeah, that's the problem is, like, if you reload early, if you decide to reload early, you're really taking a lot away. A lot of your damage output. Because remember, 85% of your damage is in those things. Yeah, that's not great. Does Orion's mark affect mods? Yeah. It affects all shields. It's like you could mark an Aegis, and its dome shield will actually take more damage. Something not a lot of people know. Where's this Eclipse? Hello. Oh, wow. He was like one tap. Like even to these like really terrible loser pellets. Poke. Ah. Get him. Yeah, no, okay, fair enough. Grey Metal, hello, how are you? Make a Mech Arena useless facts video? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. There's a lot of bugs, and you know, maybe I make a video just like on all the bugs, but you know, I gotta think about like, what do I include? How far do I want to go with it? Right? Because I'm the type of person where it's like, if I was just going to make a video listing off a bunch of weird random bugs, I'd want to include as many as I can get my hands on. Like, as many as I can. It would legitimately bother me if I uploaded it and then somebody in the comments mentioned some other bug that I forgot to include in there. And they're like, oh, there's also this one. Which is like, you know, it's fine for engagement. It encourages people to comment their own things. But I don't know. I'm just the type of person to just like go the full mile with it. But I don't know how exactly I'd want to do it. I also have to think about like, essentially you got to think about like, what do you want the video title to be? Got to think of a decent title. Bug Arena. What's the ugliest skin in your opinion? Any other questions? Some people are gonna be mad at that because they hard glazing Surge and they just love everything that has to do with Surge. But you know what? That's a terrible skin. It is. How to counter Eclipse, what mech to use? That's funny. You think there's a counter to Eclipse. Mech Arena facts you probably didn't know. Now, I think a lot of people... You know, and again, it's like... If I'm gonna title it like, you know... Oh, like, you know, only 1% of people, only 1% of players know these thing. You know, I could do something to that effect, right? If I was gonna title it something like that, then I'd have to make sure that I have something even for the slightly more veteran players. Because I wouldn't want to just cater to, like, the slightly more newbie players, and then have, like, all the veterans basically watch it, and they'd be like, oh, I already knew all this stuff. Like, that'd be sad. I'd want to have it interesting for as many people as possible. Well, hello. It's not the worst idea. It's not the worst idea. And I'm like, realistically, if I'm being honest, I probably will do something like that eventually. I probably will. Not really a priority, though, I don't think. Stop. Bro, these graviton beams are gonna mess me up. Okay. RuFFles doesn't know how to use Parasite. Yeah. Why don't you teach me? It's 100% not being genuine, by the way. Like, you want to play the game backseat. Like, it's easy to point out mistakes when you're not here. And also, like, it's literally bots. I ain't sweating on bots, my G. Counter Eclipse with Parasite? Yeah, except Parasite requires a target lock. So Eclipse can just be in stealth, just exist in stealth, and there you go. No way to kill it with Parasite. Well, I mean, you can't kill it with you can't use the ability on it, I should say. I mean, technically a lot of things would just naturally counter it. Just due to raw HP and energy capacity. Like Bastion. I mean, Bastion's a classic example. But the assumption that you have to make in that case is that you're using the same weapons, and you usually aren't. There's a lot of mechs. Like, even freaking, what's it called? Aegis. Like, even an Aegis has more HP, and it has the same energy capacity. So, like, realistically, it should beat an Eclipse most of the time. Just based on those stats, but in reality, the Eclipse is using Revoker, which is a stupidly high DPS weapon. You're not going to be using Aegis with a Revoker, because it's not fast enough to be able to make good use of it. So, like, unless you're using Revoker on a mech that you probably shouldn't be using it on, it's not going to naturally counter it. You don't target Eclipse? Yeah, you could target somebody else, it's true. And obviously I was being sarcastic. Like, the obvious counter to Eclipse is Nomad, but then also Deathwalker. Guardian can counter Eclipse, but no one uses it in later game. Can you tell me what benefit system crash has against Eclipse. Like that would only work if someone else killed it. Like the Guardian immediately dies in that scenario because it has like a negative HP. You're trying not to brawl with Revoker Eclipse after you got it last week. I mean, if it works, then it works. You can also use it to get rid of guided artillery campers. People who are using metamechs and to counter stuff. I mean, yeah, you could use it however you want, bro. Pay real money for the custom sound effects. Oh, you can get them for free, dude. No matter Vortex, then? No, that's a lot better. Vortex, sadly, is not really one that people like. I don't see Vortex's late game like almost ever, which is very sad. Very sad. What have we not used? I mean, apart from Eclipse, which is the obvious solution. Why not? It's a little too much of this weird tan color. Like, where is that even coming from? On that skin, anyway. This one looks okay. I'll go with this one. Not a huge fan of the skin just in general. But I think with certain weapons, it definitely looks nice. Howler Mimicker. No, I'm just gonna be focusing on this weapon. I don't want to get into. I don't even want to start the bombardment of random other build requests. Vortex and Showdown is really good. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you see it often though? Oh, Parasite you meant. Okay. Fair enough. Bro. Vortex is so unused, bro doesn't even know what it is. Bro forgot what Vortex was. Your game's crashing every 30 seconds, yeah. Classic. There's an update on Plarium Play, I don't know if you knew that. You should try force closing it, like from Task Manager. And then reopen it. It'll probably show an update, if you didn't see one already. Yeah. I don't wanna... Oh, hi. Hello, how are you? Bro, Eclipse is just like, it's so free roam. I can do whatever I want, pretty much. Like, why is everything bad against Eclipse? That's what I'd like to know. Why is everything bad against Eclipse? You gotta just have, like, absolute brute firepower and HP in order to even hope to kill this thing. I'm gonna come throw some heals. Yeah, I don't think I'm really doing anything. If you want to join, okay. Okay, inviting you. I'm not really doing anything specific. Like at this point, I already have an idea of what I think about the weapon. So you know, you can join, use whatever, steal my kills. I don't care. I'm not exactly over here raking in kills anyway. Well, I do need to try it on Orion, but I'll come on to it. They need a mech strictly to counter Eclipse. I don't know, dude. The thing with that is that it just then creates another must-have thing. You know, like even if they made a mech that specifically countered Eclipse to make and then Eclipse became not necessarily much of a must-have thing, it would just make the thing that counters Eclipse a must-have thing. I just feel like, I don't know, it's just me. I just feel like they shouldn't make every single weapon have homing and a status effect. Like, that doesn't seem like a lot to ask. But every single weapon is specifically weak against Eclipse, and it's just wild to me. Again, like, I swear they have a guy... There is a guy employed at Plarium whose one and only job is to make sure that every new item, every new release is specifically bad against Eclipse. It's like it's his only job. He gets paid the big bucks for it too, I'm sure. Let's see, can that kill him? No. It wouldn't be must-have if no one has Eclipse. It's true. You're not wrong. The one thing that's good about this weapon, at very least, it does not rely on bonus damage. And so it doesn't get absorbed by Galvanic Hull. And it's honestly, I'm surprised that it doesn't. It has a lot of other things going bad against it. It's not that bad, though. Look at minigun 10 and 12, please. So minigun 10, I'm pretty sure, here's the reason that you're saying this. My guess is that minigun 10 has like a 50% damage modifier. And so what you think is really crazy, it's like, oh, the 10 does more damage than the 12. Okay, no, never mind. It doesn't. That was the case for a little while, so... I mean, I don't know why you want me to look at the 10 and 12. 10 max is out 446,000. 12 max is out 535,000. It looks fine to me. I already compared the damage of minigun versus the damage of whatever the frick. If that's what you're thinking. Surge is much worse. That thing needs to be gone. Well, a lot of the reason people use Eclipse is because Surge is so obnoxious, yeah. Because, like, realistically, Eclipse is not, like, specifically strong against anything. It just, you know, doesn't get insta-killed by a Surge. That's really it. Will I end up doing customs on the stream? I doubt it. I doubt it. No, I'm not annoyed by the question. I'm not annoyed by the question, but the last few times I've tried custom battles, it doesn't go well, dude. It's honestly, it's like super stressful for me. It's a big pain in the butt. It takes a lot of time to like set up and whatever, and then people just like don't cooperate. So it's like, to me, it's not really worth my time. You make a video about the history of meta in Mech Arena. I mean, it's not a bad video idea, but I'm not sure I'm not really sure I'm the kind of channel to do that, you know? Like, I've never really been one to make those kinds of videos. I mean, if somebody else wants to, you know? Take notes, bro, like... It's a decent idea, actually. So long as you make it fairly well, I can promise quite a lot of views for that, actually. So long as you make it well. Who was asking a spec? Oh, so I got you, bro. Yeah. I was gonna say. Invite this guy too. Let's do 3 people. Why can't every legendary mech be comparable? Yeah, I don't know. I think the main reason's that they just don't buff stuff. They know what does really good and they know what does really bad. They just refuse to buff things that are doing really bad. Like, even just a little bit, dude. Spec is sweaty account? Oh. I didn't realize there was a difference. Collab with Scape 211. Scape 211 doesn't make videos anymore. I don't even know if he plays the game. I haven't seen him on any of his accounts in a while. I think he mostly plays, he plays more armor attack now. Let's do that. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, okay. Hello. I mean, these fire really up and over, so, like, I can do some good stuff with that. There's no chance that that's like the amount of damage that this weapon claims to deal, bro. There's no chance that's accurate. There's just no chance. Well, hello. Bruh. Another one of you? One of these guys? Pew, 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 pew. Oh, hell yeah. Get out of here, nerd. What do you think about that? Bro, I'm smacking him in his kidneys. He's not dying. Yeah, I didn't think I had the clearance for that. Pew, pew. Paul trying to friend Slasher 211. Yeah, I forgot that was his other account. Has he been on that one? I don't think I'm friends with that one. I have one of his... I have one of his secondary free-to-play accounts friended. And then obviously his main account, but he doesn't play on his main account. It plays even less on that one. Has he been on the Slasher account? It would make a little bit more sense, but even still. Hey. Oh, I'm actually surprised I didn't kill him with that. You're cuter when I Graviton Mimicry? Yeah, brother, I guess I have to. It's crazy. How do people get 2 of the weapons? You gotta get it up to rank 6. So any weapon that's 10 energy or higher. This goes for any of them. So, like, it could be legendary, it could be freaking uncommon. Even long arm 10 and 12. You have to get them to rank 6 in order to use 2 of them. Personally, I think that the threshold should be lower for lower rarity weapons. Salver died so fast. Rest in peace. Oh, okay. He can't join. No worries, no worries. I am gonna need to restart my game, though. Every time I get a DM while I'm in a battle, it just crashes the game. It's the weirdest thing. Oh, Mellow. Oh yeah, the anti-cheat thing. It's causing a lot of problems. Usually I just press the quit button twice, and then it runs. Yeah, it seems fine. That's always worked for me. I don't know about anybody else. Make a video like 5 years of Mech Arena in 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a good idea. Again, it's a video that, so long as you do it fairly well, I think that would become a fairly popular video. I think you get a lot of views with that. But it doesn't really seem like the type of video that I'd make. Like, it's just so random. It's kind of off the wall, you know? Like, it would be kind of weird seeing a video like that from me. They release a bad weapon, then they release another bad weapon to make the previous one look good. Okay, you know what? We're coming off of what's it called? Berserker. Berserker is terrible, dude. Pineapple, hello, by the way. Berserker is such a bad weapon. I have to at least give them credit for not making this as bad as Berserker. Like, it's okay. I have to say, like, for as much as I'm saying, like, it doesn't seem to be doing as much damage as it says, which I stand by the way. Like, there's no chance. See the amount of damage that it deals, bro. This is more than minigun 10s. Like, the damage per mag is higher, supposedly higher than even minigun. And it has way shorter reload and way shorter unload time. But it does not seem to be dealing that much damage. But even still, regardless of that specific fact, the performance itself seems okay. I don't think it's going to be meta for sure, but it seems okay. Try it with Dreadnought. It's only the 10s. Nah, so on this account, all my mechs are maxed out, right? It's like even like my freaking Arachnos, bro. So like all these like 32 energy heavy mechs, using 10 energy weapons on it is obviously going to seem pretty bad. So I'm going to stick with just the medium mechs for this stream, and then when the 16 energy version of this weapon comes out, when the 16 comes out, then I will probably stream it again, and I'll stream it with those mechs more specifically. For right now, though, okay, so like these 3 actually kind of Bastion too, but I might just pass on Bastion. I want to try it with Orion and with Lacewing as well, actually. Let's go with this. I would say the best performance that we've seen is actually from the Aegis, which is very interesting. Shield piercing and stasis. Let's freaking go, bro. The stasis is gonna be OP. This looks nice together, actually. This is a nice looking build. Damn. Yeah, using this kind of ruins the aesthetic, I feel like. I'm gonna keep using this default paint. If you miss one sniper shot, that's like 12.5% damage loss right there. Yeah, you right, actually. You right. Well, it's what was it? It was 85% of the magazine, of the damage per magazine, comes from the rocket things, essentially. So 85%. So if you miss one, that's like 10-ish%, I think. Between 10 and 11%. It's a crazy damage drop just from one missed shot. Galaxy? Alright, sure. Quantum plus Gemini equals this. Yeah, kinda. Starslayer? Yeah, Starslayer is like one of the best skins in the entire game, dude. I very rarely run Hemlock without it. Can you do Ares in this weapon? I mean, I guess I could. At this SP, it's, I mean, pretty much guaranteed to not do great. EM12 or Railgun 12 for Max Orion. I think Railgun does better. You miss both the sniper and the rocket shot? That is true. That is true. The worst skins are the car skins. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Well, also that abomination of a Surge freaking Barney the dinosaur ass thing. That one's also not phenomenal. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, let me hit something. Hello. Well, he's dead. Thank you. Bruh, you gotta chill a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Oh. You know what, I'll take it. Better than stealth. That would be really bad if he had stealth. We're fine. We're fine. Oh, nice, I didn't get hit. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew. No. Hey, stop that. Poke, 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 poke. Even when he's marked, not a ton of damage, ain't gonna lie. Like, I guess I'm not really sure what kind of damage I'm expecting. It's not like a Gemini where it's like, it's not gonna like one-shot things. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem very impressive. Probably cooked, huh? Please, please. Please. Oh, come on. I appreciate the attempt anyway. Bruh, how we freaking we're losing our back beacon to a graviton mimicker? Life is difficult for free-to-play players, is what he says. I mean... Yes? I don't know. I mean, like, my win rate on my free-to-play account is like 90% almost. I don't really have a problem. The only thing... Like, the only thing that I don't really have is... The only thing I don't have is a late-game maxed competitive account. It's like, it's not like you need that in order to win. If you have lower SP, then guess what? You just fight people with lower SP. I'm not really sure what the problem is. Like, I agree that things should be easier for free-to-play players, and I'll always advocate for the free-to-play players. But I don't like this, like, oh, poor me, I'm free-to-play, and I guess my life is terrible. Like, come on. You're milking it maybe slightly. Like you're not a martyr for not spending money. Let's just be honest about this. It might not be good, but it looks fun as heck. It is pretty fun. It is pretty fun. It's a little bit frustrating to use. But I feel like just with a bit of practice, it'd be fine. You could totally be voice actor for Plarium. Oh yeah, it's true, and I would too. But see the guy that they hired to make sure that everything does bad against Eclipse, they pay him a lot. His paycheck's pretty massive. They have to make sure that he's rolling in it, and so they just can't afford me. The free-to-play players are gasping too much. Bro, I have so much fun on my free-to-play account. It's more challenging, and I enjoy it way more. I enjoy it more than I do this one. Mostly because I get more players and I'll see more variety of stuff. But like legitimately though. I don't know what happened, but okay. Let me reload. All I'm gonna say is this: if you ever happen to get a late game account, just enjoy your lower SP while it lasts. Because at some point you're gonna be in this situation that I'm in right now, where you just spend every match fighting bots for literally no reason. Like, what do you even? You grinding resources for freaking what, dude? To fight bots with better stuff? Like, no one cares. At this point in the game, the only possible option that you have is competitive custom matches. It's the only thing that you can even possibly do. That's it. That's all there's left for you. So if you're not one of those custom competitive people, then you're just cooked. Like you don't want an account like this. You just don't. I'm sorry. It's true. You think you want it, but you don't. Now, if they made it easier for people to get here, then you'd have a lot more players. There'd be a lot more people to fight at this SP. But as it is, it's just not like that great. What pilot would be the main villain in Mech Arena lore? Like, isn't that like an actual thing though? Isn't Archangel technically the main villain? The lower SP is like Shotgun Ares being OP. I don't mean like beginner level. I mean like 4,000 or 5,000 SP. The number of people who have accounts that are like 4,000 SP. These guys aren't even in tier 7 yet, and they've had their account for like 2 years. Like they've been playing the game for like 2 years, and they're still not even in tier 7. Like the number of people who are like that is actually insane. So it's not like you're fighting like absolute noobs who don't know anything about the game. Sure, currency is hard, but the lower SP is fun. It's the most variation. Yeah, I think the thing is like you don't really have a lot. A lot of people don't really have a lot to compare it to. Like they haven't experienced the late game. Once you kind of get an idea of what it's like, and again, it's like if you really enjoy the competitive custom match type thing, which like I'm okay with. So like, if people like that, then absolutely you want to get as high SP as possible, as quickly as possible, right? But it's not for everybody, dude. It's not for everybody. Tier 7, 4,000 SP started last year, September. Not bad. New Mech Arena or OG Mech Arena is better. I mean, they both have their pros and cons, right? Like, OG Mech Arena obviously had much better balancing. Let's try this again. Three Revoker builds and two Stormwreck builds. That's all there is late game. I mean, pretty much. I mean, like you saw, I was running into some variations of different hangers. Like, it was the one guy with a freaking Railgun Guardian. But, you know, just queuing into regular matches. But, like, it's few and far between, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, even if you get a player, it's a pretty low chance of you even finding a player, but even if you get one, like 90% chance they have at least 4 out of 5 top meta mechs, right? Top meta builds, I should say. Which, like, you know, again, if you're competitive, that's fine, but it can get real old real fast. Hello. Oh, bro's got Reaver. Let's go. Poke, 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 poke. Pew, pew. Nice. Pew, 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 pew. I should probably mark it first. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew. Yeah, okay, not bad. Almost dead already, but don't worry about it. Thank you. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Really? What is that? Oh, Normand. Hello. Stop that. Are we for real? Okay. Nah. And 1 kill shot, he says, yeah. Just to make him even more nerds. Stack insult to injury. Can I kill him with that? I can. Let's go. Thank you for the heals. Oh, my nose is so itchy right now. I don't know what's going on. There's a stealth something. Oh. Yeah, that, of course. Yeah. Pipion, pipion. Pipion, pipion, pipion. Yeah, get some. 7? That's the most I've gotten the whole stream, I'm pretty sure. Wouldn't be surprised anyway. Thank you. Everything's changed. You came back after 5 years. That is a wild amount of time to wait for. Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't really be surprised everything's different after 5 years. You think the idea was break ML shield in sniper mode, then just double tap the mech? I mean, maybe, but like, you're not gonna double tap the mech with this thing. Like, you need like 4 or 5 rockets at least, I feel like. Like, even if I marked them, it still takes like 3 or 4. Hooray, garbage. Hooray, garbage. Hooray, garbage. I'm just gonna open these because, like, the notification bubble is gonna bother me. Hooray, garbage. Oh, wow. Auto cannon damage you shouldn't have. Sitting pretty tonight. Hooray, garbage. Hooray, garbage. What are these? Wow. 5 fortune keys. Wow. 7 fortune keys. Sure am glad I have more fortune keys. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Why don't you just claim all? You know, because I forget that button exists. You had more heals than damage. That's crazy. Do you think spinning the Reaver 8 crate is worth it? No, I made a short. explaining why it's not worth it. Yeah, into post. Yeah. I made a. I did that a couple times, and I'll try to do it with like some of the more major stuff. So like I have a short, and I linked the short in the post. So like I just have both. Because if I only did one, then people would be confused. Hot take: Scouts should have 20 energy at max. I'm not sure how hot of a take that is. I would say that most of them, not all of them, Mimicker I think is fine. I would say that most of them, you're probably right. I think that more energy variances would be a good thing. 20 energy, 28 energy. I think the fact that we're limited to, especially for late game, right? You have two options. It's either 24 energy or 32 energy. And those are the only two options that you have. I think that limitation is more harmful than it is helpful. But what do I know? Oh, look at this guy. He's nerd, bro. You know what? I'm gonna go this way. Oh, hi. Yeah. It's like the fourth one. What did I even hit? I threw the mark and hit him. It's something. The wall? Guess we'll never know. I'm just gonna go this way. Don't worry about me. Oh, hold on. Well, you don't need to steal all of them. Oh, scrap it. I don't know. It's a lot of shots for one guy. Oh, okay, that I one-shot. I ain't sure how I one-shot that guy, but I'll take it. Have at the noble warrior. And this fine fellow. Bro's being so patient. Like, I'm doing my best, okay? Can Silver heal mods? Nah, only hardened though. Make a funny moments compliment. I mean, I have made a I have made a video like that. On the Clips channel, probably not. I think what some people expected the Clips channel to be was to be basically another one of these channels, like another variation of this, where like I'll put together a lot of like, you know, well edited things and all. And what? No, it's not. Now the Clips channel is like extremely low. Like I barely edited it at all. It's basically just segments from streams that are like separated out. You know, it's like if I'm talking about something specific, as opposed to watching like the full 6-hour stream to see something specific. You could just watch like the 40-minute clip or whatever it is. Are you lacking content ideas? I guess kind of. It's an interesting question to ask. Kind of to the extent that like the bulk of the ideas that I have are like guide videos that would take kind of a really long time to make. Go away. So, like, there's a lot of different, like, guide-type videos that I could make, but those always take longer than other videos, so, like, I typically end up prioritizing videos that just don't take as long to make, the ones that I can make within, like, a 24-hour period or something like that. Especially if I'm trying to upload, like, you know, every other day or something like that. You know, I used to be uploading on pretty much every day, but yeah, it's hard to keep up with that with videos that are, like, interesting. 'Cause, like, the again, like, it's like, I have ideas, but it's, like, ideas for videos that would honestly take, like, way too long. Like, videos that would take, like, probably upward of, like, a week to make, rather than just, like, a day or two. You're lacking content ideas, and you have to record today. Do you have to? I mean, what are you recording if you don't have any ideas? Just record nothing? Almost Meta and Dream Hangers are waiting. True. True. But also, I think, Dream Hangers is not a bad idea, but, Almost Meta, I think you maybe underestimate the amount of time I put into editing those. But at very least, yeah, Dream Hangers is not a bad idea. This is the sort of thing where it's like, I can mostly keep it chill. Those ended up, the previous videos that I had on those, a lot of those ended up being like 30+ minutes. Am I allowed to give test server to subscribers? Nope. I am not allowed to give test server access to anybody. I wish I could. I wish other people had access to the test server. It's a Hemlock with a long arms. No, it's Hemlock with Tetra rifle. Close though. Is Gatecrasher a fun mech to use? Like, I mean, I guess I would say so, but some people mostly just have fun when they're killing things, and Gatecrasher is not necessarily gonna be the one to do that. We'll just put it that way. What am I missing? Offline. So how's QUASHER? It's pretty mid. I don't really. It's definitely not meta, but I don't think it's that great. I think if you wanted a sniper weapon, Tetra rifle is way better. And if you wanted like a guided type weapon, Gemini's probably way better. Disability duration, Hemlock stays in EMP stack. Nope. You can only use one on a pilot at a time. Can't use both. The real meta is Reaver Chungus, sure. It's the meta nobody wants to accept. It's too thick. Poke, 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 poke. Poke. Well, wasn't really a poke, that last one wasn't, but it's poke enough. Poke enough. Hi, how are you? Should I draw? Okay, no, he got it, he got it. Salver and QUASHER. Yeah, I mean, like, using it as a support weapon doesn't sound bad until you realize that you have to hit the sniper shots in order to make good use of the guided shots. So you're forced to expose yourself. It's essentially a guided weapon that you don't want to expose yourself with, but you're forced to expose yourself in order to get the guided part, in order to get the guided aspect of it. So it's like, I don't know, it's just a really strange weapon. I mean, it's fine. It's got really good DPS. So it's not bad. It's just strange. It's very strange. Not as strange as this idiot, though. cares? What he done? Oh, really? Yeah, fine. Be that way. Be that way. Stop. Pipio. Pipio. There we go. Wow. Bro, there's no chance. I don't know, like, again, dude. This weapon, the stats show so much damage. Or there's no chance that it deals that damage. That's the thing, it's just like, it keeps getting me, dude. There's just no way. Like, where is all that damage coming from? Or, like, where is it going, I guess? Like, it's not coming from anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's just, like... It's just gone. I don't care what the numbers say. That's not 800,000 per weapon. Dude, that's what I'm saying. I have no idea what's going on. Like, there's just no way. There's just no way that that's 800,000 per weapon. Like, I'm pretty sure I could at least sort of feel it. Might be bugged. It could be bugged. It could not be dealing as much damage as it's supposed to. Well, it's definitely bugged visually. But it also could just be a bug with the numbers, where it's like it's dealing the damage it's supposed to, but it's listing way more damage than it's supposed to. That's the thing that I'm not sure about. Like, which one is correct, the numbers or the in-game performance? It's 325k per weapon. Did you test it? Or did somebody else test it? Viper or Savant? A Viper? I don't think it's close. Savant's not that good. Make a video of the thumbnails, you look at the camera ominously and red stonks in the background, and the title is Mech Arena Dying? It's an interesting conversation to have, but it's like, I don't know. For me personally, I don't really like to make videos focusing on, like, the really negative stuff. Because I feel like there's not a lot, like, what are you gonna do about it? Right? Like, am I gonna stop? Am I gonna stop playing? Like, everybody's got their opinions about it. But at the end of the day, your opinions don't really change what's going on. Ban this guy or I'ma get banned. Ooh, sorry. The guy that keeps saying we need Optimus Prime for the 5th anniversary? Having infinite crap rewards is so lame. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I don't think that should be a thing. I don't think that should be... Guys, you going back and forth. What's he saying? Hold on. Let me scroll up. Bro, he said one thing to you, dude. It's not that big of a deal. What do I think about the new weapon? I don't think it's that good. It's calling me gay? Well, it's not true, so, like, oh well. People say stuff all the time. He's not spamming or anything. Basically, they kind of merged Tetra with Gemini. Weird. Yeah, no, the idea is kind of strange. Ban them both, this guy says. Guys, ain't that deep. Undertaker, that is a crazy thing to say. Should not fall for the rage bait, yeah. Nah, I mean, it's not even S tier rage bait, then. That's pretty bad. Let's see. Let's do like one more. I'll probably call it. I think like I think we know. I think we all kind of know what we think about it by now. I don't think there's a whole lot of point to like really prolonging this stream at this point. We've tried pretty much all the major mechs. Obviously, Eclipse is one of the better ones, but I think like Aegis did decently as well. I think just generally, it seems like the type of weapon that like it does kind of require a bit of exposure time. So a decent like shielded mech is probably going to be the best. So I'm expecting like the 16, for example, to be decent on like maybe Blockhorn. So you need to be locked on to fire the guided shots. I have a counter question for you. Would it be bad against Eclipse? Would it be really bad against Eclipse if it required a lock? That's the only question you need to ask in order to know what the answer is. Keep in mind, they have one guy who works at Plarium whose one and only job is to make sure that everything does bad against Eclipse. Oh, I got shot in the toes. If it did stated damage, will it be good, or just good? I think mechanically it's doomed to fail. Yeah, for the reason I just said, essentially. I think mechanically it's doomed to fail. It's essentially a sort of version of Gemini that's on like a massive timer delay, and also requires line of sight and like relatively high exposure time in order to even get that thing active. So I think mechanically it's doomed to fail. But it would be okay. It would definitely be better if it actually did the damage that it says it does. Which, like, I'm just assuming that it doesn't, because like, I feel like there's no way. Pretty much everyone's in unanimous agreement that there's basically no chance it actually does that amount of damage. Yeah, that's fine. Hi, what are you? Oh, okay. I need to kill this guy first, because he's just reloading. I'm probably dead, though. Yeah. And they have one guy that makes sure Surge doesn't get a nerf. Yeah. Well, Surge, like, just kind of by extension ends up being good against most things, or against most weapons. I mean, it's good against most mechs, obviously, because, you know, you'd need EMP protection in order to not be good again, in order to actually, like, counter Surge, essentially. It's like, obviously, it's good against all the mechs, but ends up being good against most weapons just by extension of also having stealth, same as Eclipse. Wow. They should make Eclipse regen health and stealth mode. I mean, while they're here, like, you may as well, right? Just make it resurrect like Deathwalker does if you kill it while the ability's active. It's just like, I mean, if you think about it, Eclipse will sometimes die to a Deathwalker. I feel like that's kind of unacceptable. I don't know about you. Imagine a mech that could actually kill an Eclipse. Dude, we don't want that. Everybody likes for there to be one top mech, maybe two top mechs. It's just more fun that way. Definitely don't change it. When's the Revoker nerf video coming? My interview with Pasha. So, it's a long one. It's a long video, so it's gonna take a little while to edit, but hopefully in like a week or two. Being, well, 1 week optimistically. Where can I upload clips from your stream? I mean, you could share clips pretty much where, like, if you want to go into Discord, you could just go to like the YouTube section. If you have a, like, by the way, if you guys have any like longer clip, because I don't want to make any shorts or anything on my clips channel. It's like probably like 3 minutes at least. But if you have any slightly longer clips that you think would be interesting to make into videos for the clips channel, then just feel free to like just leave like a time-stamped link, or just share the link with a timestamp in like the video ideas section of Discord. You got 1.4 million heals just by healing your Bastion. That's crazy. CEO of Plarium gonna need a side hustle to pay that man? Well, that's why Raid Shadow Legends exists, bro. Most of the money that they make from that game, it's their biggest game, most of the money they make from that game goes into paying this guy that makes sure that Eclipse stays the best mech ever. At least Revokers are being nerfed before Christmas. Nobody said that. Nobody said that at all. You put it in general? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if it's just like a random clip where it's like, oh, I thought this was funny or something like that, you could put that in like any of the, random channels. It could be like the YouTube one, could be general, it could be off topic, doesn't really matter. As long as it's not like one of the more specialized channels, I guess. Having damage reduction, EMP, stealth, heal, warp, and become immortal, I think is the word that you're looking for. Yeah, but like, it can't jump. So like, it can't get up to certain places. I feel like it should be able to at least jump as well. Revokers are getting a nerf? I thought you said no more nerfs. I didn't say they were getting a nerf. I'm not going to give any details, but what I did say before, and I'll repeat it because why not? A little bit of spoilers. So I talked with Pasha again, the developer in charge of like making and balancing mechs and weapons. So I had another talk with Pasha, and I'll be uploading a video. So I'm not gonna like hard spoil anything. But two things I will say. We will be covering two topics, being the mods issue and the Revoker meta, specifically. There will be conversations about that, and there may or may not be some very interesting things being said. Every time it gets a kill, it warps to a new mech. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. 100 likes. Can we get some gifted memberships, please? Yeah, actually, what is the like count at right now? Over 100. Got to add 32 energy. You know what? You're right, bro. How did I forget? Good mech to counter Dreadnought. Surge. It'll get hit by Dreadnought's ability, but its EMP is way higher. So Surge EMP is way longer than Dreadnought, so it has more than enough time to kill it. Alright, sure. I'll get 5. 109 is SS. There you go. Dr. Ducky. Juggalo, hey, let's go. Black Cat. Snipe. And Naquilius the 8th. Very cool. Give you, please. I legitimately I can't choose who gets it. It's random. Like, even if I wanted to choose who gets it, I physically am not capable of doing it. Otherwise, I would do it for certain people. I'm not sure why they haven't just made Eclipse walk out of opponent's screen and turn off their device. I mean, while they're at it, right? You may as well. That's crazy. Can you do 5 more? I have a limit of 10 free ones per month. So unless we get to 200 likes on the stream, then nah. But you can remind me, like, so long as I have some left, whenever we get to 100 likes on the stream, so long as I have them, I'm okay with it. I don't remember who it was that said it, but yeah, they reminded me. Maxed Redeemer is better than maxed Surge. I'm not sure what your parameters are for determining what's better than what. Whatever it is, they ain't good. $80 people watching. I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Can you select who gets the membership? No, I just said. I just said earlier. No, I can't. Like, even if I wanted to, like, I can't even. Like, you can't even, like, go to somebody's profile and see, like, an option to gift them one specifically. It's just, it's not even possible for me as the streamer, or for anybody else. I think, like, nobody else in the chat either. It's, like, physically not possible to choose who gets it. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. On Twitch you can. On Twitch you can, but YouTube no. You got Reaver 8 in 1 spin. Let's go. It's probably not going to be crazy, but, you know, it's a nice flex. It's only ranked 3, so it's not going to do great. Which has been the most annoying meta mech and weapon over the past years. Probably disc launch or something. I mean, most annoying mech at this point, I have to say Eclipse, simply because, like, it's not even the players that are bothering me with it. It's freaking Plarium that's bothering me, dude. Everything that they release, they always make sure it does bad against Eclipse. All of the bots are constantly using 300 EMP mechs. And they've made the game nearly impossible to play unless you're using Eclipse. That's just straight up true. The game is just nearly impossible to play unless you're using that one stupid thing. And it's so obnoxious that I just cannot deal with it anymore, dude. I just cannot. I've never I've never. I mean, in terms of just like straight up hating it, obviously, I think the kill shot meta was probably like the one that I hated the most because it was literally everybody had two of them. It wasn't even just one; it was two of them. Everybody had two of them, and then one shot you. So that was not fun. And then in terms of weapons, my least favorite was disc launcher by far. Constantly, you get killed before you even know what's going on. Chuckle, dude. I appreciate it, bro. 2011. I appreciate it. To use it with Blockhorn, I'm not going to use it with Blockhorn. These are just the 10s. So when I get access to like the 16s, I'll probably do the 16s. I'll probably do another stream with like 16s on, like Blockhorn, or someone else at Solus. Solus makes sense as well. What else? Panther. Actually, I think Panther's going to be a solid one for that weapon. As well as like, I'll try like Mimicker. I don't think it's gonna do good, but like I'll try Mimicker. I'll try maybe Outlaw. Try maybe Volty, Deathwalker, Salver. You know, different ones that like potentially could do okay. Is Eclipse the best mech? I think arguably Surge is the best one. People use Eclipse because it doesn't get insta-killed by Surge. Eclipse and Surge are kind of they're kind of interchangeable. They're both they're the top two mechs easily. And if you kind of have like using one kind of necessitates the other, I guess. More items are being released, they get countered by Eclipse. Everything gets countered by Eclipse. Like nothing doesn't at this point. It's like they're allergic to making anything even moderately useful against Eclipse. New Solus skin goes crazy, dude. This has got to be like one of the best skins that I've ever seen, dude. This thing's great. The head portion is maybe slightly too big, but this thing looks good. I don't play on this account very much, but I will make sure that I finish these tasks. Like maybe like the last day or two, I'll probably log in and try to grind out all of the previous days, which is usually not that hard, by the way. Like just a tip for anybody who's like doing any of these or doing any derby event, really doesn't even matter. A tip for derby events is very often there's going to be like a upgrade mechs or weapons or spend X amount of currency, whatever thing. There's going to be some type of like spending or upgrading task in there. There are almost always more than one. So if you just don't do it. Don't do it. Wait until the very end. And then at the very end, you can do all of them at the same time. So like if there's multiple tasks that all require you to upgrade stuff twice, for example, you'd have to do it twice, and then you'd have to, and then when you come across the next one, you have to do it twice again, and then the next one you do twice again, you end up upgrading like 6 things. But if you just wait until the very end, you could just do it twice, and you finish all 3 tasks at the same time. So like anything involving spending, always just save it, wait. You can finish them all at the same time, and it's not that difficult. Is the new event worth it? I made a short and a post, so go check those. Grey Metal, you gotta go. Okay, bye-bye. You can log in your free-to-play account. 3 tokens. The next one's gonna be another 3. It'll give me only 60. I might not. I might instead maybe like probably not tomorrow, like Sunday, maybe Monday, I don't know. I'll probably wait a couple days, collect some of the tokens, and then do them all at the same time, because I feel like 3 tokens is not really worthwhile. But in terms of the, well, I don't have it on this account. Um, but in terms of the Reaver 8 event, I made a post and a short. So they both say the same thing. It's just like, for whichever one you prefer to see. Yeah, go check out those. I'm not gonna explain it again. I already explained it. You're free to play, but you're gonna try to get the skin anyway. Yeah, fair enough. It's a nice skin. Will they add anything that can counter Surge and Eclipse? We can only hope, but I have no idea, bro. I like, as far as I'm aware, they don't even want to. It's like it. I don't know. To me, it really seems, especially Eclipse. It really seems like it's like they're putting effort into it, dude. Like, you could not possibly make every single mech and weapon bad against Eclipse this much. Like, you couldn't possibly do it to this extent unless you were physically trying. They've got to be trying. There's no chance. Can you even think of a counter for it? I mean, Deathwalker is kind of your best bet. Deathwalker's like the only thing that could potentially counter both of them. Maybe Parasite. But Parasite's very dependent. If they did, the whole meta will be fixed. The whole meta will change for sure, but I don't know if it would change for the better, right? Like, we don't technically know. The meta could become even more obnoxious. My greatest fear, I guess, at this point is that the meta becomes just like basically fully Deathwalker. It already almost is. Deathwalker is easily the third best. So, but if the meta just becomes like full on Deathwalker, whatever, then that wouldn't be good, because those are mechs that you can't even get, dude. Like, at very least, Surge and Eclipse are accessible. Very, very easily accessible to anybody who just plays the game and is smart with the resources for a while. There's so many free-to-play players who have gotten both of those mechs. Like, if you're free to play and you don't have them and you think it's impossible, like, it's not. You just gotta save up your resources, dude. There's so many people who have gotten those mechs without spending a dime. So, and it's like, at least good for them for at least having them be rather accessible. But if those fell completely off, I think a potential like hard Lacewing, hard Deathwalker meta would probably be worse. I'm just gonna be honest. I think it probably would be worse. It would be more. It would be worse for just the general free to play player base, but also just probably more obnoxious. Can you do custom matches? Nah. Best epic mech for Reaver. Your best bet's probably what's it called? Aegis. It's the best brawler out of all of them. Bots cheat all the time, so true. Injury, you gotta go. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. Lacewing on certain maps counters? Yeah. Certain maps, Lacewing is just stupid. Anyway, yeah, I'm probably gonna call it. It was nice. It was fun. I don't want to go for like 5-6 hours like I usually do. I've been thinking, okay, look. I've been thinking of potentially doing more streams more often, but keeping them to like maybe like an hour or something like that. If I can manage to do that, I usually end up getting carried away and do like 5 hours or something. But I'd be willing to do more streams if I didn't, if I cut them a lot shorter. Should you do a YouTube channel on Minecraft? Bro, that's up to you, dude. It's not necessarily a thing that you strictly should or shouldn't do. Please do Eclipse QUASHER. I already did it. So, nah, sorry. But anyway, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it here. The TLDR, right? This weapon is very interesting. I don't think it's meta. 100% not meta. Like, guaranteed it's not going to be meta. I think it's okay. I think that it does not deal the damage that it says it deals. I think that most people who have seen it in action, most people can agree, it does not deal the damage that it says it deals. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know if it's a bug with the weapon or if it's a bug with the numbers, the stat numbers. But one of them is not doing the thing it's supposed to be doing. I'm very certain, not 100% certain on that. I'm like 70% certain. I don't think it's working correctly. But apart from that, it's okay. It's okay. It's definitely not the worst weapon they've made in the last little while, right? Definitely better than like Berserker, for example. Yeah. And then in terms of like that, I don't have it again, but like in terms of like that Reaver 8 Crate Rush, I made a post and a short, a community post and a YouTube short. So just check those if you want to know what's up with that. And yeah. Damage stats false advertising, bro. It's gotta be. I don't know what's up with it. I'll do like some actual legitimate scientific tests to verify what I think is true. But I'll verify it. I'll verify it for sure because I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. But anyway, I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I appreciate Juggalo for the 2011 and everything yesterday. Well, the other day. I don't think it was yesterday, but the other day. And Sanji for the 211. Didn't forget about Sanji. And yeah, I will see you guys some other time. Probably not tomorrow, but probably pretty soon. A couple days. But yeah, take care.